Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Over the last couple of years, my virtual pet collection has grown quite a bit, but truthfully, I have a bad habit of buying things and then never opening them or never sharing them with you all. So I've been thinking it would be fun to make a video comparing unopened virtual pet products, the value that I paid for them versus the value that they currently have in the collector's market. So that's what we'll be doing today. We'll be looking at the values of three different Tamagotchi, but before we get started, I wanted to give a quick disclaimer. At the end of this video, I want to talk about why I haven't opened these, and in that conversation, there will be discussion of mental health. It'll be super mild. I won't go into any extreme details or anything like that, but I just wanted to give this information out up front because this video is not intended for younger individuals. It is for adults and older collectors. I think that disclaimer should sum everything up pretty well, so let's take a look at our first Tamagotchi. So here I have a pink fairy Tamagotchi on, and this I purchased from Amazon in May of 2021 for $45. And the prices that I'll be giving today include taxes and shipping and so on. So this is sealed. I did get it at a discount though because the box is quite damaged. I don't think this is the cheapest I've paid for an on, but I do think this is the only one that I have that's remained sealed in the package. Some of you might recall a little ways back on my channel, I was buying Tamagotchi on and opening them up and customizing them and experimenting with them cosmetically. And now they're worth a lot of money, and I'm not embarrassed that I did that, but it didn't really age well. So again, I paid $45 for this. Looking at prices on eBay, in the box, they're all over the place, but for the most part, they're all over $100. Most of them were in the $150 to $250 range. My guess that this piece values at about $150 considering the box damage and that it is sealed, but that is still 3 times the amount of what I paid for it. And this one I do plan on opening pretty soon here, so we'll talk about that in a little bit. The next piece I grabbed to share is the Tamagotchi Sum. So this device is all white and it has kind of like a fall inspired shell. I'm hoping to open this one up around Halloween of this year. And this is basically the Korean version of the meets and the on. It just doesn't have the connectivity capabilities. I bought this in October of 2020 and I paid $80.55 for it. Again, includes shipping and taxes. I could not find a used white one of these that sold on eBay. I know that they've sold in collector groups, but I couldn't find one when I was searching for them this morning. There were a couple used ones on eBay of the pink shell, and those were going for about $120. There were 2 white ones in the box. One went for $269 and one went for $400. So it's tough to kind of pinpoint a value or an asking price for this Tama. I'm not selling it, but if I were to sell it, what would I want to ask for this? Off of everything I saw, I definitely think it would be over $100, likely in the $150-$200 range. So even on the more conservative side of that, this one has almost doubled considering what I paid for it. So double would be about $160. So yeah. This is an extremely cool shell. This is probably one of my favorite Tama shells. Gosh, I don't want to say ever, but in the last couple of years, it is so cute and I can't wait to play this. Content-wise, it won't be anything unique, but just having the shell to look at is half of the fun. The third and final Tama I have to share today is the Tamagotchi Friends. This is the Pink Hearts version, and I bought this on Amazon in January of 2020. So I believe this Tama came out in 2014, so I bought it quite after the fact, and I paid $31.77 for it. Of all the Tamas that we're talking about today, this one is probably the least sought after. I actually couldn't find one of these in the box on eBay or on a collector site that has sold, but there were some used ones on eBay that sold between $30 and $60. So I do imagine that in the box, it's probably worth a little more on the higher end. Again, it's not very sought after, especially considering the two that we just looked at, but I would say if I tried really hard and I was willing to wait for the right buyer, I bet I could get 60. So I would say this one doubled in value as well. And just that I said it's not as sought after, I would have to say this is the one that I'm not really looking forward to playing. It's not that I don't want to play it, but these two I'm very excited about, whereas this one I'm not looking forward to the non-backlit screen, but we'll definitely play this at some point. Like I said, I am going to open all of these. Not today, though. I will open them in separate videos, but I wanted to talk about why. There's kind of a divide in every collector community. Some people like to keep things in boxes, some people like to open things. And I've always been someone that likes to open them and play with them and enjoy them. I bought these to open them and share them on this channel, but unfortunately, my mental health kind of got in the way of that. I buy things like this, I have many more in storage with the intention of showing them, and then my mental health hits me and I have to take a step back, and that's when they go into storage, and I have good intentions to get back to them, but once I'm feeling better and ready to get back to YouTube, there's something big, something new, a new Tamagotchi release, or something else that I would rather cover, and then these things just get pushed to the side. So I've ended up with a lot of virtual pets that I've never touched and I've never played, and honestly that's like one of my least favorite things about myself. I feel like I'm just hoarding these things and not enjoying them and appreciating them like I should be. So my goal is to start opening these things, playing them, sharing them, and enjoying them as I initially planned to. I wanted to share this because a lot of times I feel very alone in this, as I think a lot of people do when they struggle with mental health. So I want to keep a conversation going within our virtual pet community about mental health, supporting each other through mental health struggles, and using Tama and other virtual pet to support yourself when you're able to, as I know these digital friends really help people through tough times. So now that I'm feeling better and I'm able to enjoy them, I want to take advantage of my time that I can spend with them. So this, the Tamagotchi Fairy On, is going to be the device that I'm going to open next. These two will maybe do later in the year or in 2023, because I've got quite a few other things that I still need to unbox this year, but the Tamagotchi On app is closing in just a couple of weeks here, so I want to take advantage of it while I can and just enjoy it while it lasts. I'll admit I'm really sad that it's closing, but nothing we can do about it but enjoy it while it's here. So if you haven't already, please consider subscribing to my channel so you don't miss any of my future virtual pet videos. You can also find me on Instagram at lovepandabunny. Thank you so much for joining me today for this video about Tamagotchi values and a little bit of mental health, and I will see you in my next video.